Hey there everybody, Kopika here. Welcome back to more Kingdom Hearts Re.Chain of Memories Reverse Rebirth. In the last episode, we managed to complete a few more other levels and then got into kind of like a dealio with Vexen and the like. But now in this episode, we have two more worlds and we're going to actually tackle them both in this episode, Monstro and Neverland. With Monstro, obviously, we are going to be taking out the Parasite Cage, which is not really a fun boss in my honest opinion, but then again, what boss isn't fun in this kind of game style? We managed to actually increase ourselves a little bit further ahead. Trying to grind is also nearly impossible because the experience gap is not as great as you would like it to be. But anyways, just as before, I will end up showcasing the deck and showing how the map is structured. The map is not that big, as you can see, thank God for that, but the cards are also pretty good. We also get ourselves the Search Ghost, which ends up absorbing enemies' HP. But other than that, let's go to the Parasite Cage. Anyways, the Parasite Cage does the same exact moves. If you manage to hit him in the face, he will get stunned, which is kind of, I think he's also has done that in the original, I'm not entirely sure, but for this fight, as you can tell, he's a big enemy. He only uses his own type of cards, so what you want to do is you want to basically bait him out to use his cards first. You can duel him. I mean, I kind of wouldn't really recommend it all that much because this acid is actually pretty annoying. It's not one of the best fields in the area, I might add, because, you know, you can warrant a lot of deaths. But at some point, when I hit him enough, he actually will get stunned, and this will give me the capabilities of, you know, hitting him for a lot of damage. Now, the thing that you can do, and I kind of should have done this, I should have used Overpowered, but I actually didn't. I decided to go ahead and use, what is it? Jafar instead. Now, the thing that's awkward, for some reason, Riku's combos was kind of like missing, and also getting hit by the poison also caused me to lose a couple of D points, but he's a very easy boss. He's not that hard, and he's relatively easy to take out. Like, it's not that bad, in my honest opinion. It could have been way, way worse. Anyways, we got Parasite Cage, which, just like in Sora's story, ends up disabling enemy cards. The only enemy card that I think you should probably ever disable is probably the final boss. Either that, or the bosses or the organization fights themselves, because they can be pretty annoying. Now, we try to make our way back, and obviously the trip back is a bit meh. Now, I actually start to, since this, I kind of start, like, making my way towards the exit and not try to spend that much time in fighting. Since most fights are pretty short, I will leave in the backtracking fights, unless it does take me a bit to get from point A to point B. Sometimes it actually doesn't take me that long, and it's relatively easy for me to actually beat down all my opponents. But other than that, you know, it can be pretty terrible. But yeah, so far, we're making our way through this. We're almost done with the first half of Riku's story. Thank goodness for that, because no offense, his story is short, and it kind of ends up making me feel that most of the time the plot kind of doesn't really direct him all that much until like the second half. Because in the first half, yes, we had Vexen, but after that point, after we finish the last world, we kind of end up getting a plot that kind of extends a bit further than it's supposed to. Because as of right now, the first floor, you're not going to really get much of anything. Just like when we go through here, you're just going to go through the door and that's it. Nothing. You don't even fight anything. It's just there. It's like Sora gets a cutscene every single minute, but Riku, no.
What's happening to Sora?
Naminé's powers are being used to shuffle his memories as we speak. Marluxia may well succeed in getting his puppet. Sora would be a valuable asset to the organization. But Marluxia and Loxine's actions, they leave me quite uneasy.
And then there is Axel. Who knows what that one is thinking?
Vexen should take care of this. His replica is soon to be completed.
But Vexen despises Marluxia. Think of the mess it would make.
So we must tell him. Isn't it better that Vexen clean up the mess than leave it to us?
I mean, that would make a lot of sense if you guys kind of did let Vexen take care of everything. But Vexen's an idiot, so I don't know why the hell you guys are making him take care of him. But whatever. Anyway, it's time to head off into Neverland. And with Neverland, we are going to be facing against Captain Hook. Captain Hook is actually easy to beat with Riku than he is with Sora. Not to say Sora had a difficult time either. It's just that compared to how Riku's deck is and compared to Sora, Riku has a much easier time. Anyways, the enemy card that you get with this area is the Pirate card. I forgot what the Pirate card does, but we will be showcasing what that does in a minute. And looking at the cards are pretty meh. This chart changes all the value to 0. That's actually pretty good, but also pretty bad. It's good because, you know, you can pretty much break any card that any monster ends up sending out at you. The bad part is you can't really you can't gain D points with that, at least to my knowledge. Anyways, it's time to fight against Captain Hook. Captain Hook does the same exact thing, throws presents, and ends up rocking the ship. I actually thought the ship actually did not rock in this battle, but that is a lie. Oh no, actually you do. You still get D points. It's just that it's not as reliable, I should more so say, because he can just immediately break you again. But the thing is, if you are gonna duel him, you can essentially, you know, bait him to use a 0 card and just friggin' wail on him. Because it's really easy to actually win, funny enough. And there we go. But no, he's relatively easy to beat. In fact, he's relatively going to go ahead and lose after this point. With him just using 0 cards, just wait, get into dark mode. Then we put in our attack bracer and start to slap him. I also forgot to mention that Riku kind of has a bit of stunning ability. Sometimes that doesn't normally happen though, because sometimes some enemies are resistant to stun. But not Captain Hook. He's actually quite susceptible. He's not immune to stun. Jeez. I don't know why I'm trying to say big giant words. Anyways, goodbye, Captain Hook. And that's it for him. Very easy. I'm like cutting down the bosses fast. But I will say the only reason as to why I'm able to cut them down very easily is mainly because I am not playing and commentating at the same time. Because I will not be able to focus if I had to actually do that. No offense, it's impossible for me. Because this game kind of requires you. I only did it for Sora's story because I was a little bit more confident and trying to understand what the hell I was supposed to do. But for Riku's story, I don't like dying a lot. I mean, there are deaths that do happen, but I kind of cut them out. They more so happen in between floors, not more so in the boss fights themselves, because the boss fights, I kind of know what I'm supposed to do against them. And there is one particular boss fight that we do fight that for some reason gives me a lot of crap, even though he was supposed to be easy, but kind of gave me a bit of a hard time, but we'll get to that one in the next episode. Now, the thing is, depending on how many cards you break, it basically ends up like giving you the idea of what type of ability you're gonna have. Sometimes you'll get impulse, sometimes you'll get I actually forgot what the other 2 moves are, but I think like the only one I remember is impulse. Oh, Maelstrom, and then, you know, so on and so forth. I kind of feel that when you're in base Riku, and you can take this with a grain of salt, I kind of feel that when you're in base Riku, he's weaker. This is just me. I'm kind of thinking that he is weaker, but he might not be weaker. I could be wrong. but it just seems like it half of the time. Like, it seems like in base Riku, from the enemies themselves, I should more so say, it feels like Riku cannot take a hit at all, and it's very, very weird and annoying whenever he actually gets hit, and I'm unable to actually defend myself for the life of me. It's kind of annoying when I really think about it, but whatever. Anyways, managed to go ahead and complete that fight. Now we're just going to get out of here, and then we're going to have ourselves another boss fight, a major boss fight, because, you know, we've cleared all the floors. We need ourselves a reason to get ourselves another cards, or new set of cards, and now, I mean, we're going to be fighting somebody that's going to be particularly familiar, and it kind of probably makes David Gallagher very weird in him talking to himself. Anyways, let's just heal, and let's get ready.
Huh? What are you supposed to be? Surprised? I guess you should be. After all, I look just like you. I'll tell you what I am. I'm an exact replica of you that Vexen made from your data. So you're a fake me. Not a fake! I don't care if you're real. You're not better. We share the same body and the same talents. But there is one easy way to tell us apart, though. Unlike you, I fear nothing. Are you calling me a coward? You're afraid of the dark. The darkness inside you still frightens you, no matter what you say. But I'm different. I embrace the darkness. I can make it do whatever I want. So, I can wipe the floor with you.
I mean, you know, you could maybe wipe the floor with me, but that ain't gonna happen. Now, Repliku round 1 is pretty annoying. He does like to attack first, and he kind of occasionally never really uses his slights. Be careful, however, he will have the capabilities of kicking your butt if you're not careful, because there are times where he will be able to take advantage. But once you head into dark mode, you kind of want to dodge him a bit and try to activate Attack Bracer. The reason why I say that is mainly because of the fact that if you get hit by him, he does like to hit twice. So you want to go ahead and be sure that doesn't end up happening. So using Dark Faraga, then using Dark Aura, then slapping him a bit, and, you know, get him hit by that. And after that, then, you know, you think you're ready, slap him again, and that's it. That's the end of the fight. Relatively simple, relatively easy, not a bad boss. Will be annoying later on though. But if you kind of did like the same strategy there, you should be relatively okay for the most part. Sometimes I actually might change completely. You never really know. Anyways, enjoy more cutscenes.
Hey, fake! I thought I heard you say you were gonna wipe the floor with me. Don't forget I'm still new. I'll get stronger and stronger. The next time we fight, you're finished. Then let's fight now! It's nice having darkness on my side. You are so missing out. How could you be scared of something that can be so thrilling? Enough! So now the coward is playing tough. So long, real thing. Hope you don't miss me. Come back! No way. I'm not a coward.
Why do they keep making it seem like darkness is just some kind of drug? Alright, whatever.
So, how was the real thing?
He's spineless. In no time at all, I'll be better than him.
In the meantime, would you be interested in meeting another who's considered a hero?
You mean Sora. I hear he's somewhere in the castle. You want me to take care of him?
We'll see. Yes. I intend to make good use of you.
No worries. The real Riku is nothing. Sora won't be either. They're no match for me. Come out! Show yourself, fake!
Fake? Oh no. That's not exactly the right word.
What are you saying? Isn't he just a copy of me?
More like a model. He is an example of what you should try to be. He accepts the darkness. Just like you once couldn't help but accept me. But now you are afraid. Perhaps you are the one who is being fake. Fake when you pretend to have no fear.
When have I been afraid of the dark?
Inside of the card worlds, you grapple desperately with the darkness. Desperation is fear. You fight the darkness because it is what frightens you.
Be quiet!
Stubborn boy. Then continue your fight if you must. Eventually you will learn. You cannot resist the darkness.
Alright, we finally got more cards. I'll go into detail with this a bit later. Anyways, that is the end of this episode of Kingdom Hearts Re.Chain of Memories Reverse Rebirth. In the next episode, we'll be tackling the other new worlds, and hopefully we can be able to get through them without any problems. I've been Kopika, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next electrifying episode. See yas!